This is a rare insight into the UK's immigration system, portrayed through the journey of an Indian family who ended up mired in debt and living in squalor after coming to the UK on student visas allegedly obtained using fake documents.
UK is my dream country, so that's why I'm choosing the UK. The greenery, lots of people moving, London. Then I decided, oh, this is a good place to move.
That was the dream. Then, for a man we're calling Sami, this became the reality.
Small single room, and I sleep on floor. My wife, my daughter and my son, they sleep on the bed. And we keep some clothes here, small cupboard.
We first met Sami and his family 4 months ago. At the time, they'd been living in this one room for well over a year, in a small terraced house shared by around 13 people. Sami isn't sure of the exact number, but says there were other families and some single men.
Upstairs, 3 people there, the bachelors.
The house has a shared bathroom and kitchen. This wasn't what Sami imagined 3 years ago when he first started Googling ways to get his family to Britain from India.
For how to go to the UK, there is a 3-4 options like visitor visa, skilled work visa and student dependent visa.
Preparing food in a cupboard in their room, this is Sami's wife. Sami says they used agents in India to apply for a student visa for her. He says the agents told them they could easily switch to a work visa when they arrived. This was the letter offering Sami's wife a place on a master's course at a UK university. The rules have now changed, but at that time, Sami and their 2 young children were eligible to come as dependents.
I can work full-time and my kids also live there with free education, free transportation and free health care.
But when Sami's wife failed to show up at the university, the Home Office cancelled their visas. They got a letter telling them to leave the country within 2 months or apply to stay on a different visa. That was 2 years ago. Since then, the family have been in a cycle of getting rejected and reapplying for leave to remain, which is ongoing.
Would you like to come down,
Yes.
please? Yeah.
With his case still unresolved and struggling to feed his family, we next meet up with Sami at a food bank. By now, it's summer 2025.
Would you like some oil?
One please.
1 oil.
Sami says when they first arrived in the UK, they had just £1,500, which was gone in days. Having paid the agents or criminal gangs in India more than £20,000, virtually everything they had to arrange their visas and university place.
First I sell my house, then secondly I sell my motorbike, Yamaha. Thirdly I sell my wife's whole gold, earrings,
Gold.
the chain and some rings. This is.
So you sold everything
Yes,
that you
of course.
owned to give the money to the agent to arrange the visa?
Yeah.
But this is where the family's story becomes more complicated. These are the visas which paved the way for the new life they dreamed of. But Sami says the agents obtained the visas by falsely claiming his family could support themselves financially in the UK, which in reality they couldn't. Sami says the gangs arranged for a bank in India to create 2 documents, one showing an apparent loan for around £25,000 to cover university fees and living expenses, and a second showing the family had an additional £10,000 in another account. In fact, Sami says they didn't have any of this money. We saw texts which appear to show one of the accounts being closed the day after the family arrived in the UK.
The agent put the money in account, which is fake, is nothing. He's just putting the money, after 1 minute he withdraw. But he create the document like I have that money.
So it's fake,
It's
fake documents.
110% fake.
So that you could apply with those fake documents
Yes, of
for a
course.
visa.
Not only that, Sami showed us a crib sheet he says the agent sent them, titled "Please be confident, don't get panic at the time of immigration," with tips on how to prepare for arriving at Heathrow Airport. There are suggested questions to rehearse answers for, such as what's the address of your university. Sami says the agent hand-wrote notes, including what his wife should say about her course.
The agent create one Zoom meeting, like 4 families, me and 3 other families. He creating one Zoom meeting and he explaining what the home office asking, what you have to say, what the home office going to answer, what you have to say. So they repeated every day 1 hour practice, like 7 days or 8 days.
I have chosen Bachelor of Commerce for the periods of 3 years. And
This is one of the Zoom coaching sessions. Filmed by Sami, he says it shows his wife being questioned by the agent who's pretending to be a UK immigration official.
which course you are applying? I am applying MA International Research, Relation with Advanced Research.
Sami's wife practices things she plans to say if she's stopped on arrival at Heathrow.
Why UK? UK is a multicultural country. UK is the most popular abroad destination to pursue master degree. UK is the only country offering a master degree in a shorter period of time.
Again and again, she rehearses her name, age, qualifications, and what she likes to do in her spare time.
Talking about my hobbies are gardening, reading newspaper, cooking, baking, etc. Talking about my hobbies are gardening, reading newspaper, cooking, baking, etc. I love to watch movies.
This was filmed in the agent's office. Sami admits it was never their intention his wife would study. Getting a student visa, he says, was just their ticket to move to Britain.
So to be clear, your wife was never going to go to university?
No,
never.
even single
Not
hour.
one day?
No.
Asma Haq runs the food bank. She tells us Sami's is not an isolated story.
There has been a sudden rise in the number of illegal immigrants that we are dealing with and we are supporting.
Having seen the immigration paperwork of most of the people who use her food bank, Asma believes 1 in 10 have either entered the country illegally or overstayed legal visas.
What do you think about the level of checks being done by the Home Office?
I just feel like that the Home Office's policies have been quite relaxed and there needs to be a tightened leash. It's just visas have been given left, right and centre so easily and so quickly. And the follow-up on the people who have entered into the country on those visas has been very poor. Sometimes I know, because I deal with clients, I know that some of them, as far as the Home Office is concerned, they've arrived legally, but then the paperwork they've supplied to the Home Office is actually fake paperwork, fake documentation that they've got processed from back home.
How do you feel about that?
Not happy, it's not nice. I don't think it's not fair to the people living in this country, it's not fair to the people who are giving taxes. It's a drain on the resources of the country. I mean, I'm an immigrant as well, but I've arrived in the country legally and I've paid all my taxes. It's not fair to myself and to other people like myself.
2 biscuits for kids, 2 kids.
But for now, with 2 young mouths to feed, the food bank is a lifeline for Sami and his wife.
As far as they're concerned, they haven't done anything wrong, but the reality only hits them when they are left penniless. They have no accommodation, they don't know where to go, and the agent stops making contact with them. That's when they come to food banks like ourselves.
We've been in touch with the family over the last few months. At times, the father has been very emotional over the situation they're in. However, he told us that at one point he threatened to take his own life outside a solicitor's office. The solicitor contacted the police contacted social services. Social services have now intervened and moved the family to new accommodation.
Sami seemed more positive when we filmed them moving to their new local authority housing. The property is still shared, but there are no single men, only families. Conditions are much better and Sami no longer sleeps on the floor. In a letter seen by Sky News, a senior social worker confirms to the family they have been supported with weekly subsistence, £610 a month, and temporary accommodation. The letter goes on, the family were assessed as destitute due to the parents' immigration status.
What do you say to people who might be quite frustrated that you've not paid any taxes and the British taxpayer is paying for this accommodation, your children's education, all of your healthcare, but yet you came to the UK on a visa obtained using fake documents?
I can say only thank you, but it's not my intention to came in the UK by the fake documents. I never think that I have to use this food bank, use this accommodation face these problems.
But I have to be honest, if you'd made the application yourself,
No.
you couldn't have, could you? Because you
No.
didn't have the money in the bank account.
No, I don't have money in the bank account. I have one
So you would
house.
never have got a visa had
No.
you not used fake documents?
No, madam, no.
Do you think abuse of the visa system is widespread with the use of fake documents?
Of course, 100%. 110% maybe.
Sami's eldest son has serious bone and ear problems and regularly attends hospital appointments. His wife is going to mental health wellbeing classes. Sami wants to be allowed to work legally in the UK.
Are you glad that you came to the UK?
I'm really happy to came in the UK. This is my dream country, but my application is still on the Home Office. The government will decide. I don't want to lose this great England.
But ever since our first meeting, Sami has always clung on to the hope that with 2 young children, one needing medical treatment, the Home Office is unlikely to send them back to India.
There is a condition, if your kids with you, they're not going to detain or deport you.
In response to our investigation, a Home Office spokesperson said, "Since we have not been supplied with any identifying information in relation to this case, we are not in a position to comment on the claims made. However, stringent systems are in place to identify and prevent fraudulent student visa applications, and we will continue to take tough action against companies and agents who are seeking to abuse, exploit or defraud international students." The family's application to stay in Britain remains unresolved. Lisa Holland, Sky News.